Peace once again, it's Medicine Man. Y'all know, y'all already know, I'm out here in the office early this morning. You know what I mean? I'm out here in the office early this morning. Traffic going by. I don't usually pay people no attention, no mind, but this is where we at this morning, and having a conversation about connecting in the cemetery to the ancestors and connected to the spirits of the dead. Um, for one reason, when we meditate, there's different levels of meditation, and that's why I really wanted to talk about different levels of meditation. You have the meditation you can do in your bed, you have the meditations in the woods, in the forest, then you have the meditations that can be completed in the cemetery, at the beaches, different places where I call sacred places, just like the Buddha. The Buddha, he completed a lot of his meditations. He received most of his spiritual realizations under the Bodhi tree, which is a sacred tree. You see, because in all African sciences and all African traditions and cultures, there are trees that are sacred to each specific culture. So when you work within a specific system within a particular culture, it's very important to understand the magical tools and elements and the natural elements that the people of the culture work with in particular. That's really important. So when we do our meditations and we try to establish our connections with the spirits, there's different places that you do your meditations at that give you different types of connections. When people come to the cemetery, and I often tell people, don't come into the cemetery talking about you doing no meditations because you've seen somebody else doing it. The whole idea about connecting with the spirits of the dead is you have to already be connected. You don't come and do a meditation in the cemetery to say, oh yeah, I connected with the dead because I did a meditation in the cemetery. Those type of meditations are for people who are highly skilled. And so when you come and you lay down in front of a tombstone, when you come and you lay down in front of a tombstone, when you come and sit down here, when you come and sit down here like in a tombstone and you kick back, relax, and you doing your meditations, you have to know what you're doing, have to know how to connect. You have to be protected. Those are the main things. So when I come in there and do these meditations and communicate with the spirits of the dead, for sure, for certain, I'm being heard because of the level of connection. And this is what it is for you guys. It's the level of connection. As a root worker, one of the main things that arrived from the culture is the principle and the techniques of working in the cemetery, because for the most part in the old deep south, one of the practices, especially of the Gala people, were that we would bury our family members on our family lot. The family lot could be behind the church, it could be on family property, or any place where family would bury families for a particular reason. In the old days, most of these grave plots in the old days were hidden and only known by particular family members. Like there's people in my family in the South, their graves can't be found because they were unmarked and they were buried in the woods. And only certain people in the families knew where these graves were at for a certain reason. Because it's a known fact that when people are root workers and they pass away and they die, that people use the spirit of that root worker in the spirit realm to affect change on the physical realm. One of the very old practices. And this is why many root workers who are skilled, many skilled root workers who learned traditionally and not online, they understand the principles of working in different localities and working with different spirits on different levels. You know what I mean? So for the most part, I just wanted to drop a little quick jewel on y'all while I'm sitting there doing this early morning meditation. It's effective. When you're deeply connected in the science of necromancy to the spirits of the dead, it's very effective. When you come in there and you start communicating with the spirits of the dead, it goes down, for the most part. So this is Medicine Man. I'm just giving y'all a little sneak preview and joining me on my meditations. So me and Keith right here, we gonna sit there and continue talking, you know what I mean, and get some things done for the most part, and keep it moving. Cause this is what we do, Keith smoke weed, so me and Keith gonna sit right there and smoke this, and we gonna chill, and we gonna kick it. for showing for certain. This medicine man, root working 909.